been ready. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna make sure I get that up. Yeah, there we go. Oops. There we go. I'm gonna make sure I have the live chat up so I can actually answer your questions, but I'm gonna make sure I have the chat up over here on my computer as well, so I can also keep track of what questions I've maybe missing, just in case. Let's get it up. Hopefully, this is water, by the way. It probably looks very suspicious. It's kombucha. I'm just sitting here with a 40. Oh my gosh. It's a kombucha bottle filled with water. Hi everyone. Good morning if it's the morning where you are. Good night if it's nighttime. I'm just going to make sure I've got the chat up on my computer as well so I can answer all of your questions. And then I'll talk more about why I'm doing this as well, why this live stream is here. Look at my eyes watering already. When I laugh too much, my eyes water. This is going to gross some people out, so look away if you don't want to see it, but yeah, that's better. I just do the like squinty eye test. Okay. Hi, sir. Here we go. Here's the chat. Oh, I heard him, but I wasn't expecting him. So welcome everybody. There's over 100 of you now, so I may as well just explain what I'm doing, why I'm here. The description box will be updated after the live stream. Actually, you know what? I could probably do that now. Let me update it now. Just to make sure, because I have a feeling people are just going to continue to come and go as they do with the live stream. So I'll try to make sure the description box is updated. Kirkus is here, but my clothes cannot cater for your claws, sweet pea. Where are you going to sit? You can't sit on my lap. Maybe you should sit on the couch. Do you want to sit on the couch? Please let go. Okay. Kirk is like a new cat all over again. Oh my lord. So yes, sorry, I'm getting very scattered. I'm going to just quickly update the description box to make sure, it's got the Patreon thing there, we'll get rid of that, to make sure that it's, I don't know if we need to actually. The title is enough. The title explains exactly what we're doing. So today's video, should I say. It's not really a reading, but there will be a reading in today's live stream. I just kind of wanted to connect with you guys and do a live stream again. I do like doing live streams. I've just been so busy lately that I haven't been able to be as present as I want to be. And that's one thing that I do miss about Patreon, was like having the opportunity to actually connect with you and to be able to have a more intimate setting as well, because so much effort and work goes into the pick a group readings for me that once they're up, I don't monitor the comments as much as I do when I'm in a live stream with you. So it's good to be here, I think, and to be able to actually feel like I'm connecting with y'all. And also live streams are very opportunistic. It's like whoever's clicking on that notification bell, whoever can be here. We all got busy lives, so, excuse me, sir, can you sit up here, please? So, yeah, whoever's here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me, kind of, and then we're doing a full moon and Taurus reading, where I will be officially using on my YouTube channel, I did this in the live stream, I'll be officially using my new Oracle deck. So I've got a light over there, which is not helping. There we go. So this deck is now officially available for purchase on my store. I put it up this morning. That's what I've been doing. I've been awake since, gosh, too early, trying to get it all ready. And I just wanted to come on here and use some makeup that was sent to me by another fellow reader and a beautiful, loyal member of this community. So I thought we'll do a bit of that, we'll catch up, answer some questions, and just talk about how Scorpio season has been so far, because we're nearly out of Scorpio season now. And I just wanted to check in and see if you guys have been experiencing the hectic energy that I have been. Wow. So let's start with the makeup, shall we? Get that out of the way, and then we'll get into our full moon reading. The reading will have 3 different groups to choose from, but we'll get into that when we get into that. Let's start with the makeup first. I'm gonna sit here so that hopefully my face isn't being blocked by the chat. But yeah, tell me about how your Scorpio season has been. I see somebody's had a really hectic and chaotic one. Oh, Xander Digital, bless your heart. I gotta put my phone on silent. Thank you so much for that donation. You didn't have to. Thank you so much. Scorpio season emotional? Yeah, me too. Very emotional. I can't stop playing with this deck. I gotta put it down. We're doing makeup first. Yeah, let me have a look over here. It's been really emotional for me. I've cleared a lot of baggage, like in a good way. I'm so happy and proud of myself. I'm not even gonna be humble about it. Especially with my twin flame, like being able to release myself from feeling really like chained to that connection. It was like, oof, crazy. I'm gonna use this palette, okay, y'all? Because it has the red pill, blue pill imagery on it. So there's going to be over 48 shades to choose from, and you guys can choose the colors for me. I realize I'm being very scattered, so I just want to say thank you again to Lulicat for this beautiful gift. Lulicat has been following me long enough to know that I'm obsessed with the Matrix. So Lulicat gifted me these palettes, and I haven't used them yet. I wanted to wait and jump on a live stream and connect with y'all and do it with you. So thank you, Lulicat. Let me show you how this opens up. Look at this. That's crazy. So that's the red pill side. And then we have the blue pill side. What the heck? Crazy. I am geeking out. Like, I'm not even done. Oh, I need to calm down. Holy heck, this is beautiful. Oh my lord, I'm so glad I waited. What should I do? Red pill or blue pill? I don't want to mix them. Let's stay true to the theme. Usually if I was in the Matrix, I would have taken the red pill, but I'm wearing like gray overalls, tie-dye overalls with like a white shirt. Should I go for the blue? What do y'all think? Let me look at the comments. Blue. Everyone's saying blue. A little bit of red from Miss Kiff. Thank you so much. Blue. I voted red pill, but they're both gorgeous. Both. I want to keep them separate for now. I might go with the blue, y'all. Look at that red though. Oh my gosh. We're gonna go for the blue. Oh wow, this is gorgeous. Yeah, Scorpio season. I was actually really looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to the opportunity to do some shadow work again, because it's not realistic to be so high vibrational all the time and to be so just like pretending like life isn't full of issues kind of thing. And I could feel I was like pushing myself to the point where I needed to just take some time to really dive deep into myself, which is why I couldn't really do the podcast episodes either. I had to be very selective over my energy over the last month and a half, let's say 6 weeks. So when Scorpio season came around, I was like, okay, no excuses. 'Tis the season to address your karmic-ish, or at least your emotional, whatever the heck you've been holding. And yeah, I was just like ready to go, but I wasn't expecting it to happen so drastically. The Scorpio new moon for me just changed everything in terms of my relationship with myself, with the people around me. It's the 1 year anniversary as well for me, and choosing to like live, if that makes sense, without being triggering. I always am very open and honest about my mental health, but I understand that it's a triggering topic for a lot of people. So I just want to say that I want to keep it general. I don't want to be too specific, but in November last year, I was at a really low place in my life. So I was a bit nervous about this 1 year anniversary, and instead I've been blessed with the opportunity to just love myself even deeper. So I was really curious to see how y'all have been doing. I do want to do a twin flame reading in the future. I love, I think Jalissa does them, Jalissa's messages. A lot of tarot readers do them, and I find all of their readings very helpful, so I haven't felt the need to add to that, if that makes sense. Like if I feel that somebody's already doing a good job of something, I don't want to just, you know, go in there and add my little 2 cents. So But I do personally want to try to do more like divine counterpart readings, maybe to keep it more open, just to do check-ins, because obviously when you're on that journey with someone, your energies start to cross over and you start to pick up on their feelings, their emotions, whatever they're going through, and it can really cause disruptions in your own journey. So I can see why and how that would be helpful for me to start doing. What are we looking at here? Grace Elizabeth, been a roller coaster for me. 1 minute I think I'm feeling better and letting go. The next minute I'm crying over my ex. Oh girl. He looked at my Instagram stories the other day after 2 months of no contact. Yeah, I don't know if I want to say this out loud because I want to manifest this person into my life, but I've been dreaming of people from my past as well. But like, they've been dreams of me like saying like, leave. Please get out, leave me alone. No, go. So I'm pretty glad, but I hate that feeling when you think you're there, you're ready, you're moving forward, and then something comes back and kind of goes, nope, trigger, there's more to do. So I can completely sympathize with you there, Grace. It's a horrible feeling. Oh, somebody asked a question. Who are some of your favorite readers? Yulia. To be honest with you, I've been trying to be very careful about the readings that I consume lately because I have had to do a lot of shadow work. So I have been trying to be very like detached in some ways. Like I didn't want to be too obsessed with external validation. And like I know Tino shade, external validation serves a place, you know, like it has, it serves a place in your journey, but with where I've been for the last 6 months in my mental health and my mindset and my intuition as well, I've been very careful about who I watch and where I get information from in general, not even readers. I'm talking about like media, even Netflix, you know, everything. I just had to be very careful about what I was consuming because my subconscious mind just became like a sponge. And obviously, like that's what Pluto and Scorpio can really rule, is your subconscious mind. But I just found that I was taking on a lot too easily. You know, I'd have a conversation with someone and then just stew over it. So I was like, okay, I've got to be very careful. So when it comes to tarot readings, I've been very careful. I've only really been on Instagram looking at mini readings. I've watched some of Iso's, naturally, Julissa's messages, Lexi, Leo. I love Kino. There's lots of little readers as well that I've like been getting into because I just love how pure some of the reading styles are, you know, when it's not like it's trying to cater to a larger audience, it's just kind of there to share. So I've been like a fly on the wall, just like, yeah, tapping in when I feel called to and putting the views up where I feel like people are really doing well. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. That was a very diplomatic answer. But listen, it's time for you to choose my first color. What color should I do? We're doing blue pill, so I'm gonna just close that. What color should I do first? Whoever comments first, I'm gonna try to do it. Sorry. Let me scroll down so I can see. Yellow. Top left commented first. Top left. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Top left. Ooh, that's cute. Where should I start with that though? Let's put it on let me get a mirror. I shouldn't use that. It's very shimmery. Let me show you which color this was. So this is, oh, is it inverted for your side? This is top left for me, sweets. But did you mean purple? Everyone's saying purple. MM was the first commenter. Did you mean this side? Or this side? You know what? To be safe, I'm just going to do both. We're just going to do both. I want to start with that green as like a base color. And let's get it all in there. So yeah, Scorpio season, man. Twin flame experiences. 2 years on this journey, and I'm probably feeling most liberated now than I ever have been. You know, there's been moments where I've felt really free, and then something will happen. I'll see their name, or I'll hear about them, or something will happen, and I'll just go back into that place of like feeling abandoned, because my trigger wounds are abandonment issues, and that's what the twin flame journey really highlighted to me. It's like this person kind of just here and then gone the next day. So oh, stop, the pigment. So now the Scorpio season has, I don't know, it was insane. It was literally like magic. I've been trying to do cord cutting rituals in terms of visualization and physical ways. I've been trying to do so much different versions of therapy, spiritual and more of like I'd even tried like the other version, if that makes sense. So much reflection, and then it just happened to be this. I don't know. It's very strange. I can't explain it. My body just kind of wasn't feeling that yearning anymore or that longing anymore. I was kind of able to just be present again. I was able to just focus on me again and to not feel weighted to somebody else's existence, is what I would describe it as. Previously, it felt like every decision, action, choice was made with the idea of like, this has to be for us, if that makes sense. As independent as I am, there was always this shadow of a thought in the back of my mind of like, maybe this will help get us closer to union. Whereas now it's just like, I literally feel like me. I feel like Lorraine. I feel like an individual again. I feel like I'm able to just live life right here, right now, without feeling tethered and bound to something else or someone else. And I'll be honest with you as well, it didn't just happen like spontaneously. I'm being very careful about what I say, because life is still happening, nothing's set in stone, and I don't want to cause any disruption to something that is unfolding beautifully. But it was also with the help of like somebody else that the presence of somebody else in my life, that this changed. And I don't really know who this person is to me yet or where this is going, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that little update, because I know y'all are always curious about where I'm at on my twin flame journey. So I think I'm at a point now where I'm just trying to stay present and embracing this newfound sense of liberation. And there's no animosity or spite or bitterness either. That's what I love about where I'm at the moment. It's just a genuine feeling of like, I can be me again. I can embrace my own individuality again without feeling concerned about disrupting the balance of this connection, because I'm such a masculine and feminine person. When I would be in like too much of a masculine energy, I would always feel guilty, and I would feel like I'm tipping the balance in our connection, because I'd be like, am I supposed to be more feminine? But then being feminine for too long also made me too still. Like, I'm a very intuitive, nurturing, patient person, but I'm also very ambitious and very much like, if I see an opportunity, I go for it. So I couldn't just sit around and wait, but I felt guilty for wanting to be so assertive towards my own goals. So it's strange, but that's where I'm at. And yeah, so I was curious to know where everybody else is at with this Scorpio season and what it's done for them. Ooh, let's see. I love that question, Jennifer Nicole. I'm going to be going in with this purple shade now. Ooh, where should we put it? You know what, I'm going to put a little bit of darkness in the corner here, just tentatively, because it's a lot of shimmer. I kind of need a matte shade next, y'all. I need a matte shade next. This purple is coming out more blue as well because of that green base. Oi, do I like it? Oh my gosh, I don't hate it. Mistakes were made. Lessons were learned. I will blend it out. We gotta trust the process. Oh my dear. I already did my base, so we're just doing eyes, by the way, and then we'll go into our group reading. Let me look at what y'all are saying. Always confusing people with my masculine versus feminine energy. Yeah, Gabriella, truly. Oh, it is a struggle. And because like that's what my shadow work is about as well, is accepting and embracing those qualities of my personality, because I am how I am in terms of like being driven and very forward moving because I've had to be, like, because my upbringing and my defining moments in my journey pushed me to be that way. I don't thrive under those conditions 100% of the time. I always need to kind of go back into a feminine state of being, but I'm trying to just accept all aspects of myself and not feel guilty, you know? Like, that's the goal, I think, in life. The closer I can get to loving and accepting, look at this. Whoa! Loving and accepting myself, the happier I'll be. Okay. I need you guys to pick another color while I read some of your comments. So please pick another color. Whichever color is voted the most will be the color that I use next. This is where we're at, okay? So I'm gonna be blending, but I just need to know what else I'm adding to this. Maybe like a different shade. What do y'all think? Oh my god, I'm just laughing at my own face. Okay, top right, you reckon, Hannah? Lavender, yellow, pink, first blue on the second row. Save it with another green. Light green. Turquoise, left, matte. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that is nice. Amber, yellow. Yellow in a corner, yes, B. We have to do that. We'll do a yellow in a corner. I like the pink idea too, though, but I think that would be a lot of energy. Listen, I'm not afraid of color. I'll just put color where I want, but I don't want to be too wild. I don't want to scare the spiders in the corner of my walls. What have we got here? What did I say we're going to do? Yellow. Oof. Listen, this camera is softening the blow when I look at myself in the mirror. Oh, it's a whole nother story. Goodness me. I never expect much, though, from the seasons, you know, like when we go through the signs. Like, I never expect too much of a change. I always think, like, oh, okay, cool, like, it's Libra season. Yay! And why Libra? Because Libra was the last sign that we're in. Or, like, Sagittarius is coming up in literally, like, 2 or 3 days. So it's like, yay! But I had a strong feeling with Scorpio that things were going to change. I had a really strong feeling that this season would just bring about some sort of change. And I'm so bloody grateful that it did. I'm laughing. This is so funny. Oh well. Goodness me. Thoughts on progression charts, secondary charts. Ooh, to be honest with you, I don't know a heck of a lot about them. I wanted to get my own. I haven't even done my own, so I can't really share my thoughts yet because I'm not really educated enough. But I'm curious. God, I would love to delve down that rabbit hole. There's so many rabbit holes in astrology that I just want to dive into, but I think I purposely distract myself from them because I'm a little bit nervous to do it and not do it well, if that makes sense. I really want to do it and give it the attention it deserves, because astrology is a whole, like, art form. And if I ever wanted to take it seriously as like a profession, or in terms of learning it, not just being like an enthusiast, then I would want to do it 100%. And progression charts are something that intrigues all aspects of my being. Let us have a look. What else have we got here? Oh yeah, it is mermaid vibes, isn't it? I need to blend the, oh Lord. I might use a matte color just to kind of work that colors together. So here we go, y'all. Which matte color should I use? Oh, I love that, Jennifer. I feel like reattaching. Wow, how do I overcome my subconscious attaching to the past? If you want to reconnect with someone, it's really just about setting your intentions clear and making sure that you're not forcing the situation, but you're really making your intentions towards the situation as clear and transparent as possible. I think the hard part about union with the twin flame journey is that we often forget that it is a journey that requires two individual beings with free will. So we may have very intense connections. Oh my lord, oh, sorry, sweet soul. We may have very intense connections, dreams, but that person's free will on the other side of the connection is also just as equally deciding in the fate of the connection. As intense and as strong as the pull may be for you, if that other person wants union, then that is really where that 50% will help it happen. If that other person is still running and is still afraid and is still struggling to embrace that aspect of their being, then 50% of the connection will always be imbalanced. So reattaching, if you've been the runner and if you feel that you're the one that's holding the connection back, is just about setting your intentions clear and taking the opportunities that the universe really gives to you. Because I've been the runner too, y'all. I've been on both sides, chaser, runner, and now I'm just like, you know what? Let's just surrender. We both seem happy. We both seem to be living our best lives. Let me just stay open to whatever life throws at me. And to be honest with you, while being in this state, life has given me a soulmate instead. So I am grateful and always going to be open to the journey and wherever it takes me and whatever the future holds. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's no real but there. There's no real but. But that's what's happened with Scorpio season for me. When it comes to a twin flame connection, I really don't want to tell you how you can personally achieve your union, because it is an individual journey that you're on with this other person, you know? And I think that's where a lot of other people kind of step over the boundary, because while we can be helpful to other people, while we can be helpful in terms of guiding and trying to inform or share or just support, we can't actually take somebody and say, this is your answer. Like, it is very much about your individual experience and doing what you feel is best in your heart too. Somebody else might tell you, like, this is a toxic person, walk away, leave, leave, leave. But maybe your heart is saying, no, no, this is my person, right? So at the end of the day, I don't want to be that person to tell you to leave or to tell you to run forward. But I do want to tell you that if you are wanting to move forward, it is about seizing your opportunities, setting your clear intentions like anything, and making sure that you're staying open to what the universe is giving you. Staying open, even if it feels so easy to run the other way and to just sort of swallow that fear and get out of there. It's really important that you stand your ground and that you stand there with arms wide open. I've got to go back and see what color y'all said. Oh, my cat is down here, by the way, sitting in my lap. Light purple, bright matte yellow, or a light purple. I think that purple might be able to save this, so I'm going to go in with this light purple in the middle. It's not that bad. I think I'm being too critical. It's actually not that bad. I need a bigger brush. But I love, the one thing that I really love about this community is that we're all so supportive of each other, and I do notice that, y'all. I do notice you in the comment sections of the videos, supporting each other, commenting on people, because it takes a lot of vulnerability to open up, whether you're using a profile with your real name or whether you're commenting under an alias. It still takes a lot of strength and courage to share what you're going through personally on the internet. So when somebody does open up in the comment sections, I love that there are other members of this community like in there trying to support them and encouraging them to continue forward. That's really what makes me so proud of this channel. It was always supposed to be that. It wasn't supposed to be about me. It was supposed to be about creating a community of like-minded people where we could all come together and figure out what the heck we're going through together, getting some information and advice. I feel like this light purple is not as pigmented as I thought. It seems to just be dulling the shimmer shades, so I might have to get a bit creative here. I'm going to blend this out with a blank brush now. A clean brush, should I say. I wish. I'm clearly not a makeup artist, but I bloody love using makeup. Let's do it this side now. I feel so bloody privileged though, to be honest with you, being able to offer you any support. It's the most humbling thing because I have no right, you know, like nobody has any right to tell you what to do or to tell you how to live your life, but to be able to give you any information, I really want you to know, like, it is such a privilege. I'm not just saying that for the sake of it sounds nice. Like, I acknowledge as a fiercely independent person how much of a privilege it is to be able to share any information with you. Oh, what are we looking like? It's very dull on camera, but it's so bright in person. I think we just got to bite the bullet and move forward, sweets. We can't keep wasting time. Let's do our bottom color now. To summarize this look, what color should I put on my bottom lashes, y'all? Light pink, bottom left purple. Bottom left purple. Ooh, wait, when you say light pink, what shade do you mean? Because I don't think there's a pink here. Do you mean this shade? It's the lavender color that I tried to put on here. See how it just ended up dulling it? She butchered it there. I'm being honest though, so I might go with that bottom purple just to kind of bring it all together. This is turning into a theatrical outcome. I could have used concealer really to cut that color in. Oh well, it's not going to be that hectic of a look. But no, you're not alone, Yancy. I have moments where I'm just so exhausted and drained. I was just reading your comment. I realized I didn't say that out loud though. I have moments where I'm so exhausted and drained lately. And then other moments I just can't sit still. I just can't. I have to move. I don't have Scorpio in my chart as far as I'm aware. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's that toing and froing. We also have Capricorn and Venus at the moment, I'm pretty sure. It may have moved out now. I don't know how quickly Venus transitions happen, but that was a bit of a eye-opener for me, wanting to take my love life more seriously. Okay, see now, I think I need to put some of that on top because it's very bold. And listen, it's not bad, but she could be better. Let's put it up here as well. I'm very keen to delve into this reading though, not gonna lie. I think we all need that little check-in, energy check-in to see where we're at, see what's going on in our lives. And also what we can look forward to, because that's the idea of transformative processes, right? There are downs, but they're to get us back up again. So if you have felt like you've been shedding a lot of emotional baggage or just heavy thoughts as well, let's see what you've been making room for. Let's see what you can expect to come in. How do we feel about this? To be honest with you, I think that might be as good as it gets. The only thing I really wanted to do is just pat on another shimmer shade on top. It's a lot of shimmer though, isn't it? Not to you guys, I guess. It probably doesn't look too shimmery. But to me, Mars is in Scorpio too. Alyssa, that makes so much sense. Thank you. I was wondering why I had all this masculine energy. It feels, wow, that makes so much sense. Thank you so much. See, I've been so out of the loop. Hey, I follow a lot of astrology accounts on Instagram, so I'm on there daily, just sort of checking what's transiting, what's going through my chart and like collectively where we're at. But I haven't been as onto it as I like to be. Yeah, it is a fascinating concept, Cheryl. Yeah, and to be fair, that's the key part of it. I'm just answering Cheryl's question here. Well, it's not really a question, but it's a very valid comment because it's something that you have to get to in terms of like, mm, for me personally, let's just come back to myself because again, I don't want to project anything onto anybody else. But for me personally, I found labels in the beginning very helpful, but they were also very limiting. And you have to sort of hit that point where you have to decide, like, okay, so where am I going with this? You know, am I going to continue to use this label to better myself and to progress my journey forward, or am I clinging onto it as a scapegoat from what is needing to be addressed? So for me, I was clinging to that label, romanticizing it early on in my journey, instead of focusing on what the triggers were trying to tell me and what the real sort of work was, because Lord, that person did not come into my life for no reason. I had a lot of work to do on myself. That looks better. So it's interesting, and that's the thing, like, it is a concept. Something that a lot of cultures and different spiritual practices believe in. But if it's a label that you don't find helpful, you don't need to cling to it. You can always move forward and simply choose to address the energy rather than the box that we like to use. I feel like labels are mostly used for our logical mind, right? To get a grasp of the concept, but often physically and emotionally and intuitively, they don't really, the boxes don't really fit always, you know? I'm just doing my eyelashes now, so just be careful. If you're squeamish when it comes to these things, just be careful, okay? I've never had to do my lashes in front of this many people. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, let me do this. I'm just curling them. I'm not going to use fake lashes because I do intend on going to the gym later today. I got a lot of energy to let out. Mars in Scorpio. Oh my gosh, Alyssa, you have just answered so many of my questions. You have no idea. I've been so curious about where all this energy came from. Yeah, bloody boxes. I've never fit well into boxes. Like, I've always been a minority in my community. And, it's not like I had a alien complex or anything, you know, where you try to make yourself look different, but I've just never really found fitting in to be a solution. Like, there's no way I could fit in with people. So I always just had to, like, do my own version of what was popular. So I've always kind of looked at labels as something that has varying degrees, right? Like the skin color pencil, you know, in the pencil pack, that's not my skin color. But if you want to use that label, that's fine. So it does vary. Labels are interesting. Labels are very interesting. It's also coming down to like as simple as like we all don't see the same colors, right? So like you might see yellow, like in that palette, all of y'all was saying pink, and granted the internet is changing it as well, like me broadcasting it and the camera is changing it as well. But to me, I looked at it and I was like, that's purple. What? Perception is everything. And I think that's why when it comes to spiritual connections and just life in general, you've got to be very careful about what label you put onto these things, because it can distort your perception of it as well. Like I've talked about this before, but often a lot of people seem to use the twin flame label, romanticizing it and making it out to be like the ultimate connection that everyone should want to be a part of and should want to have, when actually it's not really like that. Like, it's a very bloody, tragically painful, triggering journey. But I see so many different things where it's like, find your twin flame today, and it's like all these messages kind of making it to be very, 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 very like romantic. Like the only way that you can be happy is if you have your twin flame, and that's like, whoa, that's the exact opposite of what the journey is about. The journey of meeting your twin flame is about being happy within yourself, coming into inner union. And then if you both singularly choose, you also attain that union with each other. But because twin flames are not always romantic either, they cannot always be in romantic union. There are so many people, happy people, in twin flame forums on Quora who end up being best friends with their twin flame, but marrying soulmates and still maintaining that strong, intuitive compulsion, you know, like where you feel like you share a brain sometimes, but happily in other romantic relationships. So there are so many variations of the connection, and I feel that it's not always fair to make it out to be this wonderful Hollywood-like ending or fairy tale happy ending. It to me, like the twin flame journey to me, really showcases the grayscale nature of love, in the sense of there's so many different versions of love, you know, and acceptance and being unconditionally accepting of another person. And that really can only get to that point when you really embrace your individual self-love as well. You can't possibly tell someone I love and accept you when you don't even know what that means personally. I think I just need to do a little bit of this shimmer. Oh, I don't know if I need to, though. Look at my face. Anyway, we'll do it anyway. It's like an OCD thing. I've got to do it. I've come this far. It's like going 95% and then you just conk out at the last 5%. I'll go the full ball. Let's do this highlight. Ding ding. This is the highlight I'm using. Oh wait. Oh no, I can't show you yet. I gotta put the lid back on. Sorry. Very anticlimactic. We're nearly finished and then we can do our group reading. Yes! Oh, they. See, I was already shiny. Now I'm shinier. Okay, let me put this away. I gotta pack this up and clean this beautiful table, this beautiful wooden table, and then I can get the cards out and we can get into our group section. What do I need to pack away? Let's put this in here. Oh, I've got to set this face as well. Oh no, I didn't get wet wipes. I'm gonna have makeup all over my hands on my new deck. Oh man, I did not think that through. Anyway, let me just set this real quick. Oh my gosh, this is this is so weird doing this on camera. That's drying really quickly. Thank you, heat. Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks. See, it's not bad. It's not grand, but it's not bad either. I'm just gonna put these palettes to the side. Thank you so much, Lulicat, if you're here. Thank you for this beautiful collection. I can't wait to dive into the red pill side too when I'm wearing a more appropriate outfit. I'm just gonna have a quick sip of water. While I do this, I want to show you the 3 groups that we'll be working with. So we're going to be doing a pick a group portion now in this live stream. Ooh, excuse me, can you lower yourself? Let me just twist you to the side. Well, hello. I'll twist you over here so you can see. I want you to pick one of these 3 groups. We're going to be using these today. Oops, excuse me. Excuse me. I apologize to my furniture. Does anybody else do that? Okay, we're going to be using coasters, okay? They're very similar, but there's all these sort of different variations here. So, oh my gosh, hello, Anchal. How are you? So lovely to connect with you again. Oh my gosh, your name just brought me so much joy. So we have 3 groups to choose from. This is going to be group 1. Over here, group 1 has mostly a sort of cactus theme going on, very desert. We've got some beautiful flowers over here. I don't know what else to say about this. Just 2 different or 3 different styles of cactus, and some of the cactuses are flowering. So that's group 1. Where are we going to put this, please, Spirit? To the left? Is this left? Yes. So that's group 1. Now we have group 2 over here. Group 2 also has cactuses. It's the theme of the packet of coasters. But as you can see, there's some other sort of plants here as well. I don't know what they call this in other parts of the world. I think they're called yucca trees here in Australia. I can't be 100% sure. But as you can see, there's a sort of a different scene going on here. So group 2, thank you so much, Raven, for that donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You really didn't have to, thank you. So this is going to be group 2 here, okay? Group 2's coaster. Group 3, you will have this coaster. So again, we've got some cacti, but we've also got these sort of succulents here. Some different sort of plants and lots of flowers on this one. So that's group 3. So again, 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you so much for asking, Samantha, and welcome too. Lovely to have you here. We're going to be doing a full moon in Taurus reading. We're going to be getting predictions about what you can expect. We're also going to be looking at what blessings will be coming out of this full moon. So over the course of the next month, what blessings can you expect? I'm going to be just drinking this water real quick. Make sure you pick a group. We'll start with group 1 over here. Now, there won't be super long readings because if you pick group 2, obviously you're going to have to wait a while, so they're not going to be super long, but I do aim to get as much clarity as possible. Now, I might have to actually lift the camera up because I don't think I can film like that. My tripod is about to fall off the side. Oh my days, PU. Thank you so much. Oh, no worries. Oh, God. Goodness. Pile 3. Okay, so we're going to start with pile 1 first. Thank you so much, PU. That's wild. Seriously, I really appreciate that. You really didn't have to do that. Thank you. I'm going to put this up here and we'll get into group 1, shall we? So we're going to be using a few different decks today. We're going to start with some Actually, should we start with this? The whole purpose of this reading is to also introduce you more formally to my Musical Messages Oracle deck, but I want to use this deck appropriately. I don't want to just sort of shuffle it in there, so I don't know if I should use it first. I think we need to get into tarot first to really have a look at what we're dealing with for you, group 1. If you chose this coaster, we're going to do your reading now. So group 1, please, Spirit. We'll start with tarot, I reckon. And then we'll see with the oracle cards where we need to pivot. Group 1, please, Spirit. What can group 1 expect for this full moon in Taurus? Ooh, we have the 8 of Wands coming out in reverse for you. The 8 of Wands, excuse me, this light. I need to be a little bit softer light. So 8 of Wands, reversed. What can group 1 expect this full moon in Taurus, Spirit? We also have the Hermit coming out for you. Okay, so there's that. Well, to be honest with you, this isn't completely about Scorpio. We also have Justice coming out for you, group 1. I'm very annoyed by the way that this camera quality is looking. Let me just see if I can fix it real quick. Is that a little bit better? A little bit better? We also have the Page of Cups. So group 1, the full moon in Taurus for you, it is about slowing down. I'm not going to hold you. It is about reallocating and redistributing your energy. Some of y'all may be very frustrated because you're not getting what you want. You're not getting the outcome that you feel you deserve. But this is all happening in order to kind of take you towards your happy ending. Scorpio season is supposed to be fairly significant for you guys. I feel like you're slowing down to be able to evaluate the end of a cycle better, especially with the 10 of Swords here. If you picked group 1, there is this feeling of keeping your social circle really, really tight, like just to your household, basically. And if your household is just animals, then that's how tight it needs to be. The full moon in Taurus is aiming to slow you down. You may feel like you're not really either achieving what you want, or you're not really moving forward in the way that you want. But all of this is happening so that you can actually get the happy ending that you deserve. There is an end of like some sort of cycle here when it comes to your thoughts, and when it comes to you feeling like a betrayal with the 10 of Swords. It feels like we may have been overthinking a situation and causing it, like projecting a negative outcome early, right? Because we thought, you know, not much was happening. So it's probably not going to happen. It's probably just going to be something that doesn't eventuate. We're kind of saying that it's over before it's actually over. Spirit is saying that this needs to happen. This slow period needs to happen in order to declutter aspects of your energy, because prior to the full moon in Taurus, group 1, some of y'all were feeling like you had a little bit of energy everywhere. We have to kind of collect ourselves and spend some time in our house a little bit, which I know some of y'all don't want to hear because we feel like we spend a lot of time in our house, but keeping our energy local in order to ground ourselves with this Hermit card. The full moon in Taurus is supposed to give you wisdom. It's supposed to give you an opportunity to feel like you understand your situation better, because you're not confused or distracted by other people, because you're not distracted by what other people are doing or by what is going on in other people's lives. It feels like this full moon in Taurus, or excuse me, I just got to adjust this a little bit. It's annoying me. I have to always get that angle just right so that you can see me, but you can also see the cards well when I hold them up. Sorry about that. So group 1, it feels like we need to really ground ourselves this full moon in Taurus, and you don't need to try hard to do that. You're going to almost be forced to do this because the distractions are going to melt away. I want to say be careful about even social media. If you're someone who's very active on the platforms, even if it's just TikTok or, you know, Messenger, maybe keeping in touch with family overseas if that applies. They just want you to be very careful about the external distractions. Full moon in Taurus is about getting that wisdom in your own, from your own voice, basically. With the Justice card here, I do see a win-win outcome for you. I see balance, I see harmony in your partnerships, group 1. I see the full moon in Taurus really trying to bring in stability for you, and it's doing this by kind of cutting off the other things that aren't helping you in that way. Because on one hand, you know, we have this sort of crazy energy here, right? Of the 10 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Wands reverse. Like, this is a lot of frustration. This is a lot of like, I feel defeated. This is a lot of like, why me, why me, why me? And then on the other hand, in the same hand, should I say, 2 fingers away, we have all of this beautiful, hopeful energy of a transformative, healing, happy ending, union and harmony. So I want to say that for you, this full moon in Taurus is about eliminating distractions and unhelpful energetic ties so that you can get more harmony and stability into your loyal partnership, so you can get that happy ending and that win-win outcome by focusing on what you know and grounding yourself in your own wisdom and knowledge. We also have the Page of Cups here. So I want to say that even though you're being called to spend a lot of time alone, you're also being called to stay connected to the people who are a part of your inner circle, right? And I want to say with the Page of Cups, that this is about being friendly and being open to friendly invitations. The full moon in Taurus culminates for you within the next month, with you being open again to the right kind of social invitations. As you sort of come out of this feeling of needing to cut yourself off from chaotic distractions, and then that introspective period of being alone, and then stabilizing your partnerships. As you come out of that in the next month, we close with this Page of Cups feeling of you being friendly again, of you being open to social invitations again, and of you taking on the right kind of sort of interactions. And I want to say with the Page of Cups, so this is very friendly energy. It's not too heavy, it's not too serious, it doesn't imply anything, you know, it's not too suggestive of like a Knight of Cups. It's not like you have to throw yourself back onto the dating horse or anything if you're single, but it is about being open. And I think that you could expect people to want more of your time by, where are we? We're in November. Well, literally a month from now, it'll be Christmas. So as we come out of this full moon in Taurus for you, group one, people are going to be asking, like, where have you been? What have you been doing? I haven't seen you. Last time I heard, you know, you were really frustrated, you wanted some time off, things weren't really going according to plan, you had that thing that was on your mind, and then you just disappeared. Where did you go? And, you know, these people are going to want more of your time again, group one. They're going to want more of you. So let's have a look at what your blessing will be. What will, actually, you know what we need to do? I'm sorry. We got to get rid of the hard pill first. So let's look at first what the big challenge will be for you, and then we'll soften it with the blessing. Group one, please, Spirit. What is group one's biggest challenge this full moon in Taurus? Ooh, we have black tourmaline. You are transforming. Scorpio season is real for you, group one. Black tourmaline, protecting yourself, grounding yourself, transforming through this process. I feel with black tourmaline that your biggest challenge is really going to be grounding yourself and really protecting yourself from those distracting, harmful energies. Things that may not be that bad in a one-off instance, but accumulatively it's a lot, right? Maybe one person telling you, oh, you got something in your teeth. That's not bad. You're like, hey, thanks. But 5 people that day pointing something out about your appearance, at the end of the day, you're going to feel really sort of insecure. And I think that this is really just about sort of having that buffer where you take yourself away from society for a little bit. It's going to vary for each and every one of you, but just being very protective of your energy and not being as connected as you had been. Really removing those destructive forces. This will help you have this sort of balance and free yourself from some baggage here that you've been clinging to. For some of y'all, this isn't really a work, like I'm not picking up on much money here, but it could be as simple as, you know, having some time to just ground yourself before tackling the busy period. If you're working in an industry that's going to be inundated this holiday season, you really need to use whatever time you have to just sort of center yourself and detach your energy from what you're doing at work, especially if you're a part of, anyone who's having to deal with a lot of people. So industry workers, hospitality, retail, or just someone who's having like a busy period over these holidays, grounding yourself here. They also want you to trust yourself more. So this is for some of you about not always getting the answers from other people. This full moon in Taurus is about trusting what you know and trusting what you feel you need to do, because you are wise. You're showing up as a hermit with black tourmaline. You have all the answers you need. Maybe we've just been overworking the situation by overthinking it as well. Let me have a look at what y'all are saying. This has been me all November. UPS driver here. Oh, darling. Sending you so much love and light. It's going to be a busy month ahead. So, yeah, if this is your group, really just take your days off to really recharge and detach your energy from what's going on around you. The busyness, the hecticness, the stressfulness. Be very, very careful. This is still group one. We're going to move on to group two very soon. I want to ask about your next blessing real quick. What is group one's next blessing? This full moon in Taurus, what is their blessing going to be, Spirit, for group one? You've got a lot of Virgo energy here. You got Scorpio, you got Virgo, you got Libra. There's a lot of helpful reflection to get you into the balanced, harmonic state that you need to be. Harmonious state that you need to be. Not that you're doing anything wrong. When I say need, I mean that your energy is shifting there anyway. So it's really like all happening, all aligning. This is just what's happening with you right now, if that makes sense. You're not doing anything wrong is what I want to really be clear about, group one. Now your next blessing is smoky quartz here. So I really feel like you're going to kind of get into a helpful routine here. You feel like you could be getting busy. Smoky quartz is showing me this 18 symbol of like getting some sort of momentum, especially if you felt really sort of stuck and stagnant. I want to say that the blessing out of all of this is that by protecting and detaching, you're giving yourself a blank fresh start, right? You're giving yourself sort of a refreshed little sort of pick-me-up to be able to get back into the momentum of it all. And I feel like with 18, we can set the trend better this time. The blessing is that you can kind of work yourself into that momentum and feel like you're in control of it. This card is also about working smarter, not harder. So if you know that you're going to have a busy next couple of weeks, make sure that you logistically plan it out so that you do have time for rest, so that you do have time to take care of your body, and so that you are giving yourself enough time to be grounded away from that busy period of your life. Just be very practical about this and plan it out if you can. But I see that being a blessing for you because you're not overwhelmed with smoky quartz. You're managing to the point where people are probably learning from you. People looking at you going, how do you come in here with a smile every day? I'm ready to rip my hair out of my skull. How do you do it? And you're just telling them like, I do a weekly planner, or I make sure when I go home, I pick up my favorite beverage. I take the long way home. I detach from this place. And I make sure that when I go home, I'm home. I'm not thinking about work, or I'm not thinking about my friend group that's going through a lot right now. I'm not thinking about that partnership, that connection that's really weighing heavy on me. I've got my little safe place to recharge. So the full moon in Taurus is really about bringing harmony back into your routine, sweets. It's about bringing those harmonious energies back into your routine. Group 1, please, Spirit. What messages do their guides have for them from my musical oracle deck? This deck is available to purchase on my website. If you missed the intro and you like what you see in this deck, then be sure to check out my website. I'll be shipping them personally. And there's more information about this deck on there as well. Group 1, please, Spirit. What do their guides, spiritual team, and ancestors want them to know about this full moon in Taurus? What does their spiritual team want them to know? Oh. Yes, absolutely. We don't want you to get to this point here. We don't want you to get to the sad, sad point here. So this song is called June Blues by Eric Reprid. The QR code in the bottom corner can be scanned to take you to the YouTube music video. So if you want, I can hold it here a little bit longer if you do want to scan it. But I think most of y'all end up watching these readings on your phone. So if you can't scan it, the song is June Blues by Eric Reprid. So the lyrics are, I've been feeling so down, might have caught the June blues. Yeah, I want to drown myself inside the juice. I keep running from the truth. So your angels, your spiritual team wants you to know that what's happening this full moon is not supposed to get you into this funk. It's supposed to actually get you out of this funk. If you've been feeling, whether you've been feeling sadness or whether you've just been feeling low and a little like, oof, what's going on with my life? Things are gonna get crazy soon. I've barely got a grip on anything. I have a feeling that what's been happening here is that we need to kind of put a safety net in place for you so that you don't fall down that deep, dark hole, especially if you know that you get into these deep moods. The other reason why this card came out for you is that you are surrounded with people that are going to want more of your time after this full moon in Taurus, and I think that you may find that you're both feeling, or you're all feeling very similarly. So there's like a kindred energy around this of you're not alone. You've got people in your circle. When you feel comfortable, when you feel safe, make sure you do connect and make sure you do stay connected as well. The other message here is this cute card. It's so cute, I accidentally got a bit too excited. We have Amazement, Go With You by Bank. So this song is like one of my favorite songs at the moment. The lyrics are crazy, staring at your body in amazement. Feel me sinking deeper in your ocean. Now I know I'm too far into the waters now to float. So to be honest with you, you have admirers, sweets. Your spiritual team wants you to know that you have these unique qualities that are going to be showcased this full moon in Taurus when you are able to balance out your routine by trusting yourself, by using your wisdom, by using your own practical skills, by bringing whatever it is that you do here with the smoky quartz. People are going to want to know, they're going to want a bit of your time. And I feel that you're going to have people asking either for your advice or just kind of really admiring you. As busy as you may be in the next month, I feel like it's going to be rewarded. You're showcasing aspects of yourself that people are noticing. So if this is about your workplace, it could lead you to be like on the really in the good books of like a manager, right? They're really noticing your qualities and your capabilities. You seem to handle yourself so well. And the other reason why this card is here is that your spiritual team is just so proud of you. And they want you to know that you have so much support there in terms of like amazement. They're rooting for you. You got this. But I do feel that there's one particular person in your energy with this Page of Cups and amazement that is really going to want to connect with you within the month and build up these sort of friendly interactions with you, right? Where they're getting curious about what you're able to do and they're starting to find themselves really wanting to learn more from you as well. So who are you, group one? We also have Contempt over here. So this card is the song Sex, Money, Feelings Die by Likely. Likely is an artist who I found through Twilight, and then this song came out and I was like, yes, please. This is my song. So this song is just about kind of detaching, to be honest with you. When I use the word contempt for this song, the song itself is about detaching, and it can be skewed into much more deeper context, but in your case, it is really just about protecting yourself, detaching yourself, and singling your energy out from other distractions. The lyrics on this card say, late night, call you in the late night, trade love for one night, talk offline, no I don't mind. No baby, when you hold me, no love when you hold me, baby don't you cry, sex, money, feelings die. And that's really, to me, bringing me back to this death energy for you, this transformative process, detaching and allowing yourself to stay open for what is best for you in this case, because they want you to have your happy ending. They want you to feel celebrated. They want you to be surrounded by love in terms of your spiritual team. So group one, that's what I'm seeing for you, sweets. Those are messages from your spiritual team, as well as blessings and challenges you may face in the next month. We also looked at what this full moon in Taurus is bringing you. Group one, overall, you're getting balance and harmony in your routine by way of detaching from things that have been harmful or things that have been just overwhelming, situation that has felt very frustrating, that you've been overthinking, so that we can make space for this happy ending. You're going to be spending time alone to ground yourself, to gain introspection, and to also just trust yourself, because you know better than the people who are giving you advice. This is going to bring harmony into your relationships, your partnerships, your workspace, and it's also going to make people more curious about you and what you're doing. So I do see success for you. I see admirers, and I also see you rekindling those close connections within the month as well. Because you go a bit quiet, people are like, what happened to you? Where have you been? We miss you. What are you doing? So don't be afraid to stay connected once you do come out of your shell. So we're going to move on to group two now. Group two, you had this beautiful coaster here with these yucca trees, I'm pretty sure. I think they're yucca trees, I'm not 100% sure, but it's like a desert sort of situation as well. Group two, I'm just going to drink this water before we go forward. It is water, by the way. It's not a 40 ounce of alcohol, it's water. Whew. You know what, I think I do need to just cleanse the energy here quickly. I don't want to cross them over, so I'm just going to cleanse this Palo Santo really quick. Oh no, the fans are too strong. Okay. I have to light it under the table. Please help me to cleanse all negative energy, entities, and spirits from my room, from my cards, from my body, so that I may offer clear, honest messages to group two. Thank you. We're going to start with tarot for you, group two. Group two, please, Spirit. Oh, that's funny. Yes, just got my 40 over here. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. But it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay, group 2, please, Spirit. It's my birthday next month. It's going to be a crazy one. There'll be a lot of 40s there, I reckon. Group 2. What is happening this full moon in Taurus for group 2, please, Spirit? What is happening this full moon in Taurus for group 2? Ooh, don't tease us like that. What's happening for group 2, please, Spirit? What's happening for group 2? I knew it! This is beautiful. Sorry, I don't have favorites, but we got the sun coming out with a lot of positive energy. A lot of positive energy. What is this full moon in Taurus offering group 2, please, Spirit? That's why the sun will come out tomorrow, because we've walked away from the darkness. Interesting. Group 2. Some of you may be closing an emotional cycle, in terms of you had to walk away from something that was no longer emotionally fulfilling. You may be really contemplating, should I stay, should I go, should I stay, should I go, how much should I give? I see you coming to a conclusion, deciding on what you want to do here, and taking that action towards your happiness, and instantly being rewarded for it as well. Like, it's not something you have to wait for. You're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel happier. Group 2. What is the full moon in Taurus offering them, please, Spirit? How, yeah, we've got to ask one question at a time. What is the full moon in Taurus bringing group 2, please, Spirit? We have the Magician reversed. Okay, that answered my question. My other question. What is the full moon in Taurus? We have the 3 of Cups in the reverse position as well. And your bottom deck energy is, I knew this was going to come out for you. This is the supplementary card in this deck. It's not supposed to be used, but I do use it because for me, it talks about you focusing on being the main character again. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. And I feel like you're getting back into your main character energy. The full moon in Taurus is definitely stirring emotional feelings, but it's more so bringing more of that Venusian self-love energy to you. And you're focusing on surrounding yourself with energies and environments in terms of places that bring about a positive self-image. So I see you being selective over what you do in your spare time. I see you avoiding certain places physically that don't make you feel good about yourself. It could be as simple as maybe you like to shop in a certain store, but you don't want to use their changing rooms because every time you go in there, you see yourself naked and you go, oh, that's not what I look like. Like, I don't like that. Turn the lights down. Use a different mirror. You're just going to be very selective about the energies around you, and you're going to make sure that whatever you feed into yourself, it's positive. And it's not about being, what's the word? Illusioned, or what is that word when you're very disconnected from the truth? Delusioned. It's not about being delusional. It's just about embracing positive self-image here. I see you potentially having a reunion with someone here with the sun. This isn't someone that you're not expecting though. This is someone that you really like want in your energy. Could be a Leo, but I don't think so. I think they're just someone that makes you feel really good about yourself. More of like a sibling, I feel, or like a friend. You're just kind of having the right people around you that keep your aspirations high and they make you feel good about yourself. I also see that the full moon in Taurus for some of you is encouraging you to get back outside, to kind of get your feet in the grass, or to really do that bushwalk that you've been thinking about doing, or to repot that plant that you wanted to do. There's something about doing your hobbies here and connecting nature to your hobbies that is just going to help bring about that positive shift in energy, because maybe we have to discharge some negative energy first, and discharging negative energy in nature is instant. You know, putting your feet in the ground barefoot, instantly letting go of negative energy. So that's just a helpful little tip for some of y'all. But I see the full moon in Taurus just bringing about this positive self-image with the sun card. A lot of confidence here, sweets. People are seeing you as being very confident. I don't know if you feel that because you're kind of like, I'm not going to wear that dress. I hate the way it makes me look. So I'm going to wear this instead because I love how it makes me feel. And people are noticing that shift in your moves. People are looking at you and going, wow, you look good. You're glowing. Like, you just seem really confident and happy. So big shift, and mostly it's because of this too, this 8 of Cups energy here, walking away from things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling. And for some of y'all, this Eight of Cups is more so just about embracing something that you've been confused about lately and just choosing a side. You know, you've been confused about it for so long, you didn't know what to do. So now you're just going, you know what? I know what I don't want to do, and that's good enough for me. I'm walking away from what I don't want, and I'm leaving myself open to what could be. And that's why the Eight of Cups is often depicted in such a dark way, in terms of like there's still a moon out, there's not a clear road ahead, because sometimes we don't know exactly what we're walking towards, but we know what we're leaving behind. And in this case, you're leaving behind anything that doesn't make you feel good about yourself, that is confusing. You want to leave that in your past. You're walking away from heavy moods and low energies. If you can avoid them, you will. You're not sort of denying things, and you're not being delusional, but you also know what you don't want, and that's enough for you to be able to leave. You're just like, okay, let me just keep moving forward. With the Magician reversed, I see your perception of yourself shifting because of this full moon in Taurus. You're not always going to be 100% confident, right? Like I was saying, a lot of people are going to see you that way. You're going to doubt yourself at times, but all of this is to kind of get more humanized and really be aware of how certain people and places impact the way that you see yourself. You know, it's kind of like you're getting a humbling experience here with the Magician reversed. Maybe it's you know, why do I find it so hard to think of myself positively when I'm at work? And then you realize like, oh, it's because I sit in front of this mirror that captures me from an odd angle, and the co-worker in front of me is always just saying really negative things, and their energy and their mood really brings me down. And as soon as I get in, I look at my emails, and there's always so many. And it's something about this where you're kind of shifting your perception, and you're able to see the solutions to your problems as well. Like it's very it's little things is how I would describe it. So maybe you are overwhelmed by, you know, you log into your computer and your emails come up and there's 48 of them every morning. So maybe we need to do that second. We'll do something else first instead. We'll make a coffee first instead. We'll sip that coffee, we'll get caffeinated, and then we'll tackle the emails. It's like these little sort of issues that you're finding solutions to. And it's very humbling here because you're looking at your situation, group 2, as like, this isn't non-fixable, right? Like it's not something that is ruined forever, but it is something that I need to take responsibility for if I want to see the results that I want to see here. I want to say that the Magician reverse is humbling you in a way where you're not completely oblivious to the things that are causing disruptions in your life, but it's also showing you how you can repair them. I feel like I'm saying the same thing in different ways, so we're going to move forward there. The other thing that I'm seeing here with the Three of Cups for you is that this full moon in Taurus does seem to be impacting the people close to you. This is what makes me think that not everybody's going to be around you. Group 2, excuse me. It feels like you're going to want to kind of separate yourself. You're going to want to take some people really seriously, people that you look up to, people that you really connect with. You're going to want to spend a lot of time with them. But other people, acquaintances, people who can be very unpredictable with their energy, people who just kind of come and go as they please, you're not going to be as catering to them. You're going to be very selective about what you have to choose or what you have to do for them and with them. I see the Three of Cups reversed as you kind of weeding out your social commitments and being selective over what you do. And I think you might be a bit flaky as well because of this. It's really important that people don't expect much from you this full moon in Taurus, because it's all about you. And anything that you don't have to do, you're not going to want to do. So be aware of procrastination as well for your group. You're only wanting to do what you need to, and anything else can just go to the bottom of the pile for now. You're like, nah, if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. Let's have a look at what your main challenge this full moon in Taurus is going to be. What is group 2's main challenge this full moon in Taurus, Spirit? What is their main challenge? Oh no. Should I just shuffle it again? Or is this just the collective energy, Spirit? It's the collective energy. How does this apply to group 2 then? This is interesting. I'm going to have to get a second card because I need to clarify, but you got the exact same card as group 1, Black Tourmaline. It's a collective energy at the moment. It's not just group 1, it's all of us. This is the challenge. This is the challenge for you. Because it's all about you, you need to walk away from people who are taking from you. And I'm only saying this because you've been already considering it, sweets. You've been umming and ahhing, and this isn't about completely ending those connections for a lot of you. It could be as simple as, I don't want to answer your texts. All weekend, my phone's on Do Not Disturb. If I call you, then I'm ready to talk. But if you call me and I don't answer, don't call me again 3 times in a row. You know, I'm purposefully unavailable. So Black Tourmaline is about screening people in your life. For you, the biggest challenge here, which is something that you're going to want to do anyway, and it's actually a blessing, is about screening people and protecting yourself from these extra social obligations. It also feels like people are just having really unrealistic expectations of you at this moment, which could be translating into your workplace, into your family, especially coming into holiday season. Maybe your family has unrealistic expectations of you, wanting you to go to all of these events or something like that. But the challenge here is about doing what you want to do and really putting your own needs first, trusting what you need to do, and choosing what is going to make you happy. Because obviously, if it's got to do with family or work, we may feel obligated to do certain things, but you do have a choice here. And that's the challenge, is about choosing to do what is best for you. So let's have a look at what your blessing will be this full moon in Taurus. Oops, excuse me. This full moon in Taurus for group 2, please, Spirit. What is their blessing? Why do you just make me want to giggle? I think it's the Sun card. The Sun card just brings about so much joy. We have Unakite here for your blessing. So this is Pluto. Scorpio season is transforming you, group 2. I feel like all of the stuff that had been pulling us back, making us a little bit like, oh, this is heavy, where it's like getting off our shoulders and we're pushing forward now. I feel you really propelling forward here. I feel with Unakite that things are starting to climax for you, for lack of a better word, persevering through something and finding creative solutions to your problem, sweets. The biggest blessing is that you're not going to give up on what you really want. You're just finding a better way to get there. You're finding more creative, less challenging solutions to the problems that you're facing. And you're also just grounding yourself in what you actually want here. It's kind of like we need to peel back the layers, because maybe somebody's put their expectations onto the project and this person's gone, this is what you need to do. And you're at the bottom like, all I wanted to do was just have like a hot chocolate with marshmallow in it tonight, and instead we've done everything that you want to do. You know, so I really see that you're peeling back the layers of other people's expectations, of other people's responsibilities, and you're just getting back down to what you want and what you want to do here, grounding yourself in your ambitions and finding creative solutions to your problems. This has to do with love as well. This has to do with you being very selective over your energy and your time, not by means of manipulation. With the Magician reverse, we're not trying to manipulate people. We're trying to gather more authenticity from our connections. We're trying to gather more authentic actions and intentions from our partners. So we're trying to actually be more clear with our communication. We're trying to find solutions to the problems. We're not just shutting down and pushing people away. We're voicing our concerns and we're saying what we want. You got to be very vocal about what you want in your relationships as well. I know that may be uncomfortable for some of you, but it's very clear with Unakite here that this blessing is about establishing that boundary of like, this is what I want. You know, because some people just need to be told in your life as well, group 2. It's not going to resonate for all of you, but I see that for some of y'all, if you're struggling here with a relationship, they need to be told very clearly what you want, because I do see success if you do that. Let's see what your angels, ancestors, and spiritual team want to tell you now. What does group 2's angels, ancestors, and spiritual team want them to know about this full moon in Taurus, spirits? Oh. Oh my gosh, what have we got here? Oh, there's so much love coming in with this portion of the group readings. Angels and ancestors are always there, y'all. Like always. Even the bottom deck energy here is angelite, connecting you to your individuality through friendship. Oh, okay. Goodness, that was a singular message. Sorry, that wasn't linked to what I was talking about. There's also another message here for you, group 2, about the right people coming in because of the measures and the steps that you're taking this full moon in Taurus. So just know that you just like group 2, you're attracting new friendships or just new connections that are going to really see you for what you are, and they're going to want to kind of have a little piece of you because you've got this sort of individuality here with Angelite. Because you've trusted your intuition, you've taken that risk in some way, you stood firm in who you are. I just see that you're bringing the right kind of people around you. You're moving forward in a direction that may be adjacent to the path that you're on currently. You know, like say you're traveling like this, and then you hit this roadblock, right, where you're confused, you don't know what to do. Do I stay? Do I go? They're not making me feel good about myself anymore. I'm going to travel this way instead. And on that adjacent path, I see that leading to this sense of acceptance and friendship here, like just in the sense of like they understand you. Oh, I got to get rid of that card. Group 2, please, Spirit. What does their spiritual team want them to know? What does group 2's spiritual team want them to know? Y'all may have a secret admirer. Only take it if it resonates. If you notice people like looking at you from the corner of their eye. What else? Lurking on your social media. Or just sort of you've been dreaming about people randomly. Some of y'all could have a secret admirer. Because your angels, it's coming through in these messages. But this deck is versatile. It doesn't always have to be about love. But I am getting that message for you. There's someone who's interested in you already. They just haven't had that opportunity to make their intentions known. So what I want you to know is the main message here from your spiritual team has to do with the root chakra that we saw on this card. It has to do with your blessing. It's coming through as your bottom deck energy, Muladhara here, root chakra, with the chant Lam. So if you want to work on your root chakra, if you want to try to get back and cleanse that space and unblock it, a common chant that is used, it's not the only one, there are many chants in many different cultures, but the common chant that is used is Lam. So you're just simply sitting with that energy and just, oh Lord, I love it. If I do that, I'm going to end up meditating for 5 minutes, so I'm not going to do it, but Lam. And the phrase that I associate with the root chakra is I am. So I do see foundations here. I see you cultivating new things. Your spiritual team wants you to know that you are being prepared to start something or to ground something. Because you're not giving up, I see it being successful. I just see that you need to appreciate adjacent solutions to the problems that you're facing, kind of working with the energy. And not burning out, right? You can be successful in this situation if you're facing challenges, but it is about being adaptable and allowing these problems to troubleshoot solutions, not just looking at it as, oh, there's a problem, what do I do? Let me just wait for spirit to fix it. You have to kind of appreciate that this is, oh, Lulicat, welcome. Thank you so much for the beautiful makeup. And you really didn't have to do that donation either. Thank you so much. It was so much fun to do. I was having such a laugh the whole time. What was I saying though? This root chakra is really just about grounding and attracting the right people into your beautiful world, group 2, because you're going to be magnetic with this sun. Like, people are just going to be like me, I'm giggling, I'm a mess in your energy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's the main message from your spiritual team. But I was getting a message of like a secret admirer here. So if you've been concerned about like what's going on, I've been feeling an energy lurking around me, it's positive. It just hasn't manifested in more of like a permanent way. But there is interest in you, group 2. There's somebody sort of lurking in your energy, intrigued. It's important to know that attention does not necessarily equal intention at this stage. This person doesn't have any firm intentions yet. As a general group reading, I don't want you to get too obsessive about this, but I need you to know that you have people who will be admiring you, and there is seemingly some sort of secret admirer in this group as well. So the first card that came out for you was See You Girl by Steve Lacy, which is based off the emotion appreciation. And the lyrics on this card say, I haven't seen you in a while. You know I miss you, babe. When you hear this song, feel flattered. It's about your face and how I miss it and wish that I could see it more. So this is also a specific message for those of you who have had a loved one pass recently in the last 5 years. There is so much love coming through this card. This is heart chakra healing. That's why it's green. This is about guiding you towards healing connections and also preparing you for something that is emotionally open and available. I feel love from your spiritual team here and just support to step towards people who help you feel appreciated. Because remember, your main theme for this full moon in Taurus is about embracing your Venusian prompts. If something doesn't make you feel good about yourself, step away. If something does make you feel good about yourself and it makes you feel amazing, step towards it, because we are embodying the energy of self-love and really attracting people because of that as well. You also had interest here, which brought me that secret admirer energy. Interest is an emotion that was inspired by this beautiful song Fade Into You by Maisie Starr. Love this song so much. It is so gorgeous. The lyrics on this card say, I want to hold the hand inside you. I want to take the breath that's true. I look to you to see the truth. Fade into you, strange you never knew. So just know that you have so much so much energy is proud of you in your spiritual team. It feels like you've been conquering your demons, group 2. It feels like you've been overcoming your struggles, your trials, your tribulations. It feels like you've been through a process of transformation and you're maybe just closing out like another little cycle, but you've closed out major cycles recently. And when I say recently, it feels like a 2 to 5 year gap here. But I want to say that there is so much just love here for you and coming for you as well. There seems to be this energy with interest of your spiritual team just encouraging you to keep moving forward because you are on a good momentum, like you're gaining traction towards your manifestations, especially if you've been manifesting more connection in terms of friendship and love. You are so close, group 2. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. You're so close, they're saying, with this interest card here. And lastly, we have Distraction. I'll Call You Back by Erykah Badu. So I just need to quickly say, if you like this deck, if you see something that you like here when it comes to this deck, I am selling it on my website. This deck is available now. Now, Distraction is so interesting to me. The lyrics on this card say, I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking, I'm mixing, I'm fixing the sauces, and I'll call you back. Running around in the city, I run it, I like it, I'm busy, so I'll call you back. And this is what this card was talking about. You don't owe everybody anything. You can be selective. This full moon in Taurus is all about you. It's all about you. You don't have to answer every call and answer every text. It is about being selective. It's about screening. It's about letting people go to voicemail, or letting that text message sit, or letting that overwhelming email wait until Monday because you're not technically at work, so don't overburden yourself. Really embrace this weekend, especially this full moon weekend in Taurus, to just do what's going to make you feel good. You're doing the bare minimum here in terms of if I need to, if I absolutely must, I will. But if I don't need to, I'm not going to stress myself out about it. I'm just going to wait until it needs to be done. And I'm going to focus on this instead. So that's what I see for you, group 2. Beautiful, beautiful messages for you. Interesting about that secret admirer though. I do have a mini reading of who has a crush on you on my Instagram if you want to suss that out and see if there's messages for you there. Or maybe you know who this person is because you've seen them lurking, like someone said before, in your stories or something. If you did like that Musical Messages Oracle deck, it is for sale in my store, on my shop, on my website. I will be shipping them out myself. I've already got some orders to do after this, but like you, I'm also just going to do what I need to and then spend this weekend loving my family and myself. So let's get on to group 3, shall we? This is turning out to be very helpful, I feel. Very helpful readings. Group 3, if you chose this gorgeous coaster over here, this gorgeous cactus coaster, then this is going to be your full moon in Taurus reading. We'll be getting a lot of messages for you, so let's get into it. I do need to cleanse the energy again because we want to be refreshed, we want to be ready, we don't want to have residual energy from the last 2 groups. So please, Spirit, help me to cleanse the energy in this room. I keep accidentally blowing these because I'm just using matches today. I bought matches because I didn't like the idea of using lighters and not being able to refill them. So I'm trying to use something that I can compost, but it's so hot in Australia and I don't want to turn the fans off, so I'm really struggling. Let's see, please. We're going to have to use our words. Spirit, please help me to cleanse all negative energy, entities, and spirits from my home, from my body, and from my cards, that I may offer clear, honest messages to Grupus Tripus. Let's get into it, Group 3. I know that a lot of you picked this group, so thank you so much for waiting patiently. Group 3, please, Spirit. What can Group 3 expect this full moon in Taurus? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to actually have a drink of water. It is water. If you just joined. It is water. Okay. Group 3, please, Spirit. Oh, that makes sense. We have the Two of Pentacles coming out for you first. What can Group 3 expect this full moon in Taurus, please, Spirit? What can Group 3 expect this full moon in Taurus? What are you? Ooh, we have the King of Cups coming out. He didn't really want to come out. He was just kind of hanging out there, and I was like, okay, let's see what you've got to bring. Group 3, what is this full moon in Taurus bringing them, Spirit? What can they expect? We have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse now. One more chord. What can they expect this full moon in Taurus, please, Spirit? Group 3. You're kind of a mix of both groups, sweets. We have Judgment in the reverse. Yeah, you're a little bit of a mix between both groups, to be honest with you. Bottom deck energy is the Four of Swords in the reverse position. I want to get my crystals here, my trusty Amazonite and Amethyst, because I don't want to butcher this message. There seems to be a very mixed message here, and it's because we all collectively share energy. I think that's why you seem to have like a medal of both, a medley of both. I feel that this full moon in Taurus for you is about slowly gaining your confidence back, or slowly gaining actions back towards things that you had either been putting off or that you were physically unable to do. Especially if some of y'all have been sick or recovering, or just like not as active in an area of your life that you've wanted to be. I see that Group 3, for a lot of you, it's just about slowly getting back into a process of reanimation. The Four of Swords reverse is about action, but it's not about rushing it. You need to kind of slowly get your muscles used to that energy again. So you could be facing a situation that feels very different or uncomfortable for you. It could feel like you're being put in a situation where you're not used to acting like this or doing this, and you have to kind of get used to it again. You have to kind of work up your what's that, like mind muscle action again, or you just have to get used to the environment again. I see that you will tackle it, okay? So if you feel like you're in a situation where, like, how am I going to get good at this? I feel like I'm just, struggling, and it's going to take me forever to learn. How will I do this? I see that for all of you, you're actually going to be able to manage your tasks very well with the Two of Pentacles. The main message with this card is just about being aware of your time. Time management is helpful for you. This full moon in Taurus is just about getting a good grip of your routine and understanding what you can do in your allocated time slots. So maybe for some of you, you could be starting a new job, just to give it an example, right? Starting a new job, it's very different to what you were doing in your previous job, or maybe it's your first job, and you just need to appreciate that, in this 4-hour period, you've got to finish all of these tasks, so we're going to structure our time like this. Maybe for some of you, it's about dating again and getting used to putting yourself out there again. Maybe you're not used to that. Maybe that feels very uncomfortable for you, trying to meet new people. So we have to kind of do things that are going to look at the situation very practically and do it in a way where it fits well with what we have. For example, if you're really busy this week, maybe somebody wants to see you. The only time you're free is Friday night, but you also don't want to commit to an evening dinner. So you say, how about we just do like an afternoon coffee or something, like just being very logistical about your resources here and your commitments as well, your tasks, but you are managing pressure and stress very well. So if you've been concerned about adjusting to something, you're going to do it very well, group 3. I also see that aside from your routine, the full moon in Taurus is also about something to do with this beautiful King of Cups. I need to clarify how, because I can't tell if this is an external person or if this is you. Is this an external person or is this group 3, please, Spirit? Who is the King of Cups in group 3 spread? Who is the group? Oh, it's a feeling. It's a feeling, but it's being triggered by someone. So it's not an isolated feeling, obviously. Somebody's triggering this within us. Feelings are growing for some of you. Yeah, okay. Someone's triggering this. It's us. The King of Cups is you. Maybe you were confused about someone, or you don't know what to do here. You don't know what step to take or what your options are with them. You're feeling a bit overwhelmed. The King of Cups is you taking responsibility of your feelings, admitting them to yourself. Especially if this is a new person or if this is an ongoing situation, you need to kind of admit what is going on with you. And then you kind of have to figure out what you want to do about that. Now that we know the truth, now that we know how we feel, what are we going to do about this? I see the King of Cups as you just kind of hitting a point in a relationship here where you have to figure out, like, okay, this is consuming a lot of my energy. This is something that I think about a lot. It's something that I'm very confused about, but what am I going to do about it? And with the Two of Cups reversed here, it feels like we're either wanting to close a distance and maybe confess feelings, or like bridge a gap here and start taking this more seriously, or we're wanting to let bygones be bygones and separate. Take it as it resonates, but I feel that somebody, this full moon in Taurus, is really triggering big feelings within us, and it's because we don't know if we're on the same page with them that is really making us get into our feels. We're questioning whether they either feel the same way about us positively or whether they feel the same way about us in a negative way, because maybe some of y'all are looking at this connection as, do I walk away? Whereas others of you are looking at this connection like, do I tell them how I feel in a positive way? So whatever it is here, you really need to take time this full moon in Taurus to understand how you truly feel, what those feelings are, and then you need to think about what you can do with those feelings. Do you have the opportunity to share your feelings? Do you have the opportunity to spend more time with this person to be more sure of your feelings? Do you have the opportunity to bridge that distance and to see if they are on the same page? If they're not, if you aren't, you at least need to understand how you feel. This full moon in Taurus is seeming to bring out those sorts of Venus and Taurus qualities about you that makes you think of partnership and romance. It's making you think of love, not so much as yourself, but as a partnership. Like, how are they feeling? Where do we move to from here? So interesting. There's a lot of confusion here, so take your time. The main focus of that message is to understand how you truly feel, group 3. And then we have the Two of Wands over here, and the Two of Wands is reversed for you because there is only one way forward for you. This full moon in Taurus, you seem very focused on one particular aspect of your life. Now, I see you using other aspects of your life as like sort of distractions, maybe coping strategies, like maybe your mind has been very much fixated on this, so you've been trying to do this instead to just get yourself off it, but you still think about that while you're doing this, and you're only doing this kind of like a little bit, like you're not doing this to your full potential because you're still focused on that. Whatever it is here, you seem to be very fixated with the Two of Wands reversed. And the thing about this card is that you do technically have other things you could be focusing on. It depends on what you want to do about this though. With the Two of Wands reversed, if you found yourself obsessively focusing on one area, you have a lot of built up energy in that area that needs to be expressed. It's like banging your head against a wall. You know, something's got to give, and we don't want your head to. So what are we going to do about that? Again, you know, how are we going to at least let that energy out? What is the solution here? And I'm asking you because you have the answers, darling. I'm so sorry to put that back on you, but there is a practical solution to that issue here with the Two of Pentacles. And for some of you, it's just about allocating time towards that area of your life, taking advantage of the opportunities you have towards that fixation. If it's a person, next time you see them, there is a feeling of letting off energy here, and getting more information so that you know how you can move forward. If it's a job, it's about doing more research here, getting more practical information. And if it's not really a path that you feel you have the courage to take, then you do need to stop banging your head against the wall and look at your other opportunities, because something's got to give. And there's so much energy going into this obsessively that it's just causing a lot of like built up frustration. And for some of y'all, it could be manifesting as anxiousness and a lot of stress. So whatever this fixation is, it could be helpful if you're focusing on a solution and letting it lead to something. Otherwise, it's literally like banging your head against a wall. So please protect yourself and consider a way out of this banging energy. Now, with the Judgment card reversed, I see the opportunity here for a do-over, but I see that many of y'all aren't necessarily going to take it. And I don't mean to be so cruel and rude, but I need you to know that with the Judgment card reversed, there is a truth in this situation that some of you are not really grasping. You're choosing to kind of look at it and go, okay, cool, and then you close the door again. And Spirit's like, wait a minute, what? That was your answer. Like, you've been asking me for so long, like, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I let this happen? How do they feel? Which direction do I take? And Spirit's like, here. And you're like, cool, and then you close it again. There is a feeling of denial here with Judgment reversed. We need to accept the present circumstances for what they are so that we can start to shape our future into the reality that we want it to be. Judgment is reversed because something is not being fully digested here. And I feel that this could be causing a lot of delays. It's probably causing a lot of frustration. But there needs to be more of an acceptance and more of like an openness to the information that's coming into your life. We need to start accepting our present circumstances for what they are so that we can start shaping the future that we want here with Judgment reversed. I see that for many of you, this is really about just looking at it and going, okay, thank you, Spirit. Let's co-create the future that I want together. Let's do it. You've given me this opportunity. I'm going to give you these actions. The Spirit will give you another opportunity. You give more actions. There needs to be more actions, but slowly, remember, don't push yourself too hard. With the Four of Swords reversed, this is not something you're entirely comfortable with. It is about slowly getting used to this energy, this feeling. So, oh, group 3, let's have a look at your challenges and your blessings now, shall we? Group 3, please, Spirit. What are Group 3's challenges this full moon in Taurus? What are Group 3's challenges this full moon in Taurus? Bullseye, I knew it. Sorry, I need to calm down. I need to just sit in the energy and not get too excited by it. Sometimes the energy just comes to me like a wave, and that was very intense. Bullseye is very masculine, and this seems to be the challenge. Moving forward for you is a challenge. Solar plexus chakra, Mars, the number 29, because we don't just want a frustrating situation, do we? With the number 29, we're not going to move forward if it's just going to cause us to burn out or cause us to have an undesired outcome. We're not going to move forward if we don't have all the information yet. And I feel that you have this stubbornness about you in that way, because Spirit's like, listen, I've given you I've given you some information, and that's all I can give you for right now. Group 3, I see that with the bullseye here, that is your biggest challenge this full moon in Taurus. You're trying to figure out when and how to move forward in your life, especially towards this area of your life where you felt fixated. Honestly, I have a feeling that you're doing very, very well despite that. I think that once you start slowly making moves, once you start slowly making commitments towards your goals, towards your desired outcomes, you will start to slowly gain traction, and you'll start to slowly feel more imbalanced, more harmonious. If there is no way for you to possibly take action and towards this thing that you've been obsessing about or fixated on, And then divert that energy into another aspect of your life, because there's a lot of built up energy with that Two of Wands reversed. And just like bullseye, it needs to have an outlet. This is your biggest challenge, is having an outlet. You've got all of this pent up energy, like this bull energy, just sort of in this pen. You're giving all this energy. You know, we have to let it out some way. We also have to think about our many opportunities to the problems that we're facing, because there is no one outcome here, if that makes sense. You've got choices, is what I want to tell you. You do have choices. So the problems that you're facing, it's not just right or wrong, black and white. You could have multiple ways of slowly, you know, getting used to the situation, slowly getting used to acting and taking action towards the situation. Try it out. Try one out. If that doesn't work, if you lose courage and you back out, that's fine. Try something else then. If that doesn't work, try something else, but don't give up with bullseye. That is your challenge here. This full moon in Taurus, don't give up, but it is time to start taking actions towards these things that you've been fixated on. Okay, group 3, what is their blessing? What is group 3's blessing, please, Spirit? What is group 3's blessing? Oh. Oh, okay, that's beautiful. Rose quartz is your bottom deck energy. We have more, oh my gosh, it just fell off, excuse me. We have more Uranus energy here, some air energy, some grounding energies. That's your bottom deck energy. But the blessing card that came out for you was the red carnelian crystal here. It says cornelian on this card, but it's actually carnelian. We have solar plexus chakra, we have the number 1 and the sun on here with a lot of fire for you. So see, this is that frustration I was talking about. This is that built up energy that I was talking about. But this blessing is also that solution that I was talking about, right? You just need to slowly, as uncomfortable as it is, you do need to slowly start taking more actions towards what you want. And I feel with the red carnelian here, you're going to actually start to feel more confident with each step that you take. Even if for, you know, maybe this step doesn't work out, so you've got to step back and try a different path. You're going to feel more confident. The blessing here is that you do have a new opportunity coming your way, and it's something that you are creating for yourself. Your actions are giving you this opportunity. It's going to build in your confidence. It's going to make you feel good about yourself, and it happens after you have the courage to step towards an area of your life. Now, for some of you, this action could be as simple as a boundary. You know, maybe you have that boundary, but people have just been walking over it. Maybe there's just one person in your life in particular who's always stepping over that boundary and triggering you. So we need to kind of stand firm in that boundary and really make sure that we're holding that boundary there for ourselves. And we're going to be rewarded by these little yet significant steps that we take towards our desired outcome. It's really important here, group 3, that you know that you're going to be successful if you just start trying more, if you just start giving a little bit more. Because with you and the universe right now, the way that you're co-creating is that the universe gives you this little opportunity, and all they want are just this little actions. And then they give you more opportunities, and then you do more actions. And slowly these opportunities get bigger and bigger and bigger, until you find yourself taking big actions towards big blessings and a lot of abundance. But it has to start small with you, because you're slowly reanimating. Let's see what your spiritual team wants to say to you now. Group 3, please, Spirit. What does their spiritual team want to say to them? Group 3, what does their spiritual team want to say to them? Oh, this is so cute. We have Creator coming out for you. This is Shiny, Miss Shiny by Kate. I love this song. This is all root chakra energy for me. This is about creation, getting back into I am powerful, I am capable, I am able, you know, I am the creator of my reality. So the lyrics on this card say, I got pressure, she called me diamond on the weekends. You know, I dreamed this reality since I was a youngin', and write down who I be, and now the manifestation's coming in. I love Kate. Now, this card is all about like embracing that high vibration and creating the reality that you want by taking the actions that you need to. Now listen, what your spiritual team wants you to know with this card though is that it is natural to feel nervous about the things that you are facing. It is natural to feel that sort of like, oh, I don't know if I need to do this. It is going to take courage to step towards these things, and that's why you got to take it slow. Remember, Four of Swords reverse. Just one little footstep at a time forward. And it's really important that whatever it is that you've been fixated on, be very clear in what your intentions are towards this, because maybe you've been just focusing all this energy on what it is, but not really clearing up what desired outcome you want from it, right? So I see here that your spiritual team is just really encouraging you to take your reality in your hands again, and to try to take actions towards what you can, to use the opportunities that you do have so that you can bring more clarity into your life, so that you can bring more harmony into your life, and so that you bring more of an awareness of self back in. Because the version of Taurus for you is like, I am focused, I am driven, I am ambitious. That is what this full moon in Taurus is trying to bring into your life. Is like, you can do this. Little bit by bit, chipping away at it little bit by bit, just a little bit here and there with that Two of Pentacles. Group 3, please, Spirit. What else does their spiritual team want to say to them? What else does Group 3's spiritual team want to say to them? Oops. Ooh, stop. We need to get one more card because we're getting the same messages for you in all of these decks. So I'm going to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but one more card for Group 3, please, Spirit. What does their spiritual team want to say to them? One more card. Okay, that's good. That's a little bit different. Thank you. Your bottom deck energy is aggressive. Ooh, be aggressive. Be aggressive with bullseye here. That's your challenge. We have Alrighty Aphrodite by Peach Pit. This bottom deck energy is inspired by the emotion aggressive. The lyrics are, take a seat back in your clamshell. If the ocean's not enough, nor am I. If I'd known you sold on maybe, I'd have let you waste another guy. So this is that person that I was feeling, Group 3, who is just not respecting your boundaries, or something here that is not offering you respite in a helpful way. So unfortunately, you got to get up now and start asserting yourself and putting up the right actions that you want towards the outcome that you want. For some of you, what I'm sensing here, your spiritual team is just wanting you to know that there is a feeling of you empowering yourself here through your actions. I have a feeling that that's why we got to start slow, because some of you have forgotten how much you can do. And so it was not about overwhelming you. It's not about taking on too much right now, because that's the last thing you need to do. You already have a lot of pressure here. It's more about just slowly getting that capable feeling back into your life through slow, cautious, or not even cautious, but slow, meaningful connections, right? Meaningful actions, excuse me, not connections. So aside from Creator, the other card you got was the solar plexus chakra, another movement card. Ram is the chant here with the solar plexus chakra, Manipura. I'm saying the pronunciation probably wrong. I need to work on my Sanskrit. But with the mantra here, I do, we have courage, ego, balance, movement. They really just want you to move forward. Look at this beautiful energy. If you are someone who likes that Rastafari energy, that reggae energy, we have it out here. That could be a sign for some of you. Mum is massive into her reggae Rastafari influences, so maybe she's watching, I don't know. But anyway, solar plexus chakra, your spiritual team is really encouraging you to start stepping forward. Group 3, and with courage, they acknowledge it's not going to be easy. They acknowledge there's a lot of pressure here. They acknowledge that you're kind of feeling like you're between a rock and a hard place for some of y'all, but they want you to know that you need to accept a part of your reality here in order to create the future that you want. There needs to be less denial, more, okay, this is the truth of the situation. This is all the information I have. It's not a lot. It's not really enough because I'm still nervous. I'm still afraid. I still have fear, but I can't sit here anymore. I've got to start moving forward. Now, aside from that message, because I feel like I've drummed that message enough, we also have healer here. And this song is Hot Tub Dream Machine by Toby Lou. Love Toby Lou. Toby Lou swears in some of his songs, so if you don't like profanity, you're warned. But listen, his music is a vibe, and I really resonate I really resonate with a lot of the messages. This song, the lyrics say, I need a hot tub time machine, then I can go back and fix everything. Same old you, but a different me. Maybe we can be human beings. It's really important that we only look to the past to gain wisdom. In your case, you need to know that you've learned a lot, actually. I feel like your spiritual team is just wanting you to gather resources and wisdom and insight from your past experiences and use that information to deal with your present. When you were in a similar situation previously, what did you do and what can you learn from what you did as well? It feels like here, in order to move forward, we do need to gain wisdom from our past, but we don't need to dwell on it. We need to appreciate that right here, right now, we can create the future that we want. Maybe the past is helpful, but we do need to heal what isn't working right now in order to move forward. I really feel like you're becoming a very different version of yourself, and the actions that you will take this month, it's going to be a slow month for you, okay? When I'm looking at the full moon in Taurus for you, it's not just this weekend, group 3. Group 2 was very much this weekend. You're more the whole month. You're all the way until the next moon, the next full moon, okay? It's really about transforming with the circumstances that are happening for you. So if you're feeling this pressure, it's because it's trying to help you get into a momentum that is evolving, that is moving, right? Because they don't want you to just stand still anymore. They don't want you to just feel stuck anymore. You do have movement here, and the full moon in Taurus is going to start to try to get you to start moving again. So group 3, that's what I see for you. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but that's all I can see for you, sweets. I can't press any more. I feel like if I go further, I will be here for a whole hour because you're a very diverse group, I feel. So take what resonates and don't let the rest take from you. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. How will I tie this up? What should I say? Oh, I need to tell you again about this deck, and then I'm gotta go. Then I'm gonna go because it's lunchtime here now. But if you did enjoy the messages from this musical messages oracle deck, I am selling this deck on my website. I'll be shipping it myself. I won't be shipping my other deck yet. I'm just focusing on this one for now, this new deck. But it is new, so if you enjoyed it and if it's something that you'd like to have in your own personal collection, do have a look at my website, and that's where you can purchase it, and I will ship it to you myself. I just want to take a quick second to thank each and every one of you for being here. I am so impressed and surprised by your energy. Always, I love this community so much. I really appreciate every energetic exchange, you being here, supporting me, supporting each other in the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank our spiritual teams for helping me channel these messages, for giving me the energy too, and just for keeping me safe while doing so, especially because I couldn't technically light my Palo Santo with this wind. So thank you so much to our spiritual teams. I will connect with you very, very soon. I'm going to put timestamps on this video now, so if you do want to go back, just give me like 10 minutes to put timestamps in, and I'll edit the description box as well. Make sure that it's easy to come back to this reading and skip ahead to your group if you want to check on the messages again. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and I shall connect with you very, very soon. Bye.